Come on to a standing position. In this sequence, I invite you to practice from a place of metta, or loving kindness. Think of a dear friend or family member who you adore, and think of how you speak to them, how you offer them love and support. And I invite you to offer yourself that same love and support and kindness as we go through the practice. We'll begin with a sun salutation and move into some other poses. Start with your hands on your hips, feet hip distance apart, knees ever so slightly soft, nice straight spine. Come onto the front of your mat. Take a deep inhale here as you lift your arms up over your head. As you exhale, engage your core to fold forward. Breathe here. Inhaling, come halfway up. Nice flat back. Arms just land on your legs wherever they land. Exhale, fold. Place both hands on the mat and step back to plank pose. Pause here. Strong core, soft shoulders. Knees can be on or off the mat. Breathe. Keep your elbows close to your rib cage as you slowly lower down to the mat. Place the tops of your feet on the mat. Press your belly into the mat, look straight ahead, and lift your chest forward and up, shoulders back. Hands are just lightly resting on the mat. As you exhale, lower down. Press your hands into the mat, elbows close to your rib cage. Tuck your toes and lift right up and back to downward facing dog. Think of lengthening your spine. You're aiming to have a nice straight line between your wrist, shoulder, and hip. Knees might be bent at the beginning, or maybe you straighten one leg, maybe the other. Look past your hands and walk your feet forward to your hands. As you exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise, arms up over your head. Exhale, palms together. Release your hands. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Place both hands on the mat. Wrist creases parallel to the front of the mat. Fingers spread wide. Step back to plank pose. Pause here. Relax your shoulders, your upper back. Engage your core to support your spine. Remember that metta, the loving kindness. Elbows close to your rib cage. Slowly bend your elbows to come all the way down to the mat. Place the tops of the feet on the mat. Look straight ahead. Lift your hands off the mat just an inch or so. Press your belly into the mat and send your chest forward and up, shoulders back. And then let your hands rest on the mat. And now straighten your arms, palms down. Our hands just above the mat. Point your toes. And now keeping your legs straight, lift your legs up off the mat and lift your chest up off the mat as far as you can and send your fingers back towards your feet. Breathe. And then release, lower your feet. Place your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes, pressing your hands into the mat. Lift your whole body up through plank pose and back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pause here and breathe. Think of pressing your fingertips and knuckles more into the mat, keeping your wrists light. Stretch your hips up a little higher and back. Knees might stay bent, or maybe you straighten them. Bend your knees and walk your feet forward to your hands and bow forward. As you inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms up over your head. Exhale, palms together. Release your hands. Turn and face the side of your mat and take your feet fairly wide. An approximate measurement is if you put your arm up, each ankle would be below each wrist. But you can adjust them in or out as you need to be fully comfortable. Pivot on your right heel and turn your right toes out. But keep that left hip back, still facing the side of the mat. Hands on hips. Bend that right knee and keep your spine vertical. Now turn and look over your right knee. Make sure the knee and foot are pointed in the same direction. Press that left foot firmly into the mat. Arms out to the side. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Stretch your fingertips away from you. And turn and look over your right hand. Maybe deepen the lunge. In Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Or Parshva Virabhadrasana, Side Warrior. Reach forward with your right hand. Just let your right forearm hover over your right thigh, or you can reach your hand across your belly, and now reach your left arm up over your head. Maybe deepen the lunge. Option to add the second arm. One more breath, and lower your arms and straighten that right leg. Arms out to the side, palms forward. Keeping your arms and legs straight, keep space in that right side body and reach forward with your right hand. Think left shoulder back. And then let your right arm lower. Left arm can come up or left hand can rest on left hip. Just practicing from a place of loving kindness, support for yourself. Do the best you can. Work hard, but from a place of kindness. One more breath. Now engage your core and slowly come on back up and lower your arms. Bring the right toes in. Feet are parallel to each other. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head. As you exhale, engage your core and come forward halfway and pause here. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, slowly rise back up. Inhale, reach your fingertips a little taller. Exhale, fold halfway. Keep a nice straight spine. Exhale, come on back up. And lower your arms. Now pivot on your left heel, turn the left toes out. Keep that right hip back. Bend the left knee. Keep that left knee and foot pointed in the same direction. Left foot pressed flat into the mat. Right shoulder back. Reach your arms out to the side. Turn and look over your left hand. Breathe, soft shoulders. Stretch your fingertips away from you, but draw your shoulder blades together. Now reach forward with your left hand. Let your left forearm just hover lightly over your left thigh. Reach your right arm up over your head. Option to add the second arm. One more breath. And lower your arms and straighten that left leg. Arms out to the side, palms forward. Keeping that left leg straight. Just think of bending at that hip flexor. Reach forward with your left hand. Go as far as you can, let your left arm go down, right arm comes up, or right hand can rest on right hip. Breathe here. One more breath, And slowly make your way back up and lower your arms. Pivot on your right heel and bring your right toes in. If you need to, you can move that right foot over to the right a bit. Right heel is down with the toes pointed out at a 45-degree angle. Excuse me, left foot is parallel to the front of the mat. Hands on hips, bring that right hip forward so you're facing the front of the mat. Engage your core, keep that spine straight, left leg straight. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, fold forward, just reaching your chest forward and down without rounding your back. If you have blocks, you can place your hands on blocks. Some people might even touch the mat with your hands, or just keep your hands on your hips. Engage your core and slowly rise to standing. Pivot on your heels, bringing your feet parallel. Back to the side, inhale your arms up. As you exhale, fold forward halfway and pause. As you exhale, come on back up and lower your arms. Now pivot on your right heel, so your right foot is parallel to the length of the mat. Pivot on your left heel, bringing your left toes in at a 45-degree angle. You can move your left foot out to the left a little bit for balance. Hips parallel to the front of the mat. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Exhale, engage your core to support your spine and fold forward, keeping that right leg straight. If it starts to bend, just come back up again until you can keep it straight. Option to stay here, or place your hands on blocks, or maybe the mat. One more breath, and slowly come on back up. Bend that right knee and step the left foot forward. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, palms together. Release your hands. Now place your left foot firmly on the mat. Rest the toes of your right foot gently behind you. Keep that left knee slightly soft or slightly bent, palms together at your heart center. With your right toes resting on the mat, balance almost all of your weight on your left foot. Play with lifting that right foot up and flexing that foot. Engage the lifted leg. Option to stay here, tapping the toes as you need to, or keep a straight line between your torso and lifted leg, your right leg. Begin to fold forward, coming into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Option to extend the arms forward. Slowly come on back up and lower the foot. Release the arms. Now place the right foot firmly on the mat. Right knee ever so slightly bent. Toes of the left foot resting behind you. Palms together at your heart center. Breathe here. When you're ready, lift the left toes up off the mat. Flex that foot. Engage the lifted leg. Begin to fold forward, keeping a straight line between the lifted leg and torso. Option to straighten the arms. Slowly come on back up and lower the foot. Release the arms. With your feet hip distance apart, inhale your arms up over your head. Knees are soft. Straight core as you exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, palms together at your heart center. Thank you for taking the time to practice today. Namaste.